Welcome to What You Need to Know. I'm Rob Moir, and I have two special guests with me, Estefany and Diego.
Hi, Rob.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm Estefany Roldan. I'm from Colombia, and I am here. I'm happy to be here with you. Thank you so much for this space. And I'm volunteer from Impact You Foundation.
I'm Diego Osorno. I am also from Colombia, and I am a volunteer for Impact You Foundation, which helps college kids finish their college degree without having to struggle of working and jumping mountains to have a shelter, to sleep on.
Well, yeah, here in Cambridge, we have a lot of groups that are helping kids to get an education. But when you're talking about jumping mountains, you're talking about Colombian mountains, and you're talking about major distances. So tell us about, about the foundation work and identifying what hurdles students have to overcome to succeed in Colombia.
Indeed, Rob, Colombia, as like you said, like I said, most students have to jump through mountains to get
literally
to get through an education. Impact You Foundation was founded by Estefany and Liliana a little shy over 2 years ago, with the vision of helping college kids that are on third semester to have enough money so that they don't have to go work while taking, all their courses at college. And so, Impact You helps pay for housing. Impact You helps pay for food. Impact You helps pay for books, for photocopies, and much more. Yeah. And so, when you say what type of things students have to go through, we were talking earlier about, one of our kids that takes 18 hours to get from his home to college.
18. You're telling me it's like traveling from Utah to Boston.
More or less. Utah is usually about 32 hours, but I didn't count the times that this kid has to get on a donkey to travel. So he has to get on a donkey, on a little boat, on a bus, to go from one city to another, and then cities within the city.
Right.
And, what is striking, Rob, is that our students, their family, most students don't come with a small family. He has 8 siblings, okay? And Arcindo's mom was a miner. Arcindo is one of our students, and she was a miner working at an illegal mine, a gold mine.
And she still is.
And she still is. And this is in El Chocó, Colombia, which is one of the rainiest parts in the world. El Chocó, okay? This is in the Pacific coast in Colombia. And this mother, just picture your mother, or I picture my mother working to support 8 kids on an illegal gold mine, not having enough food to provide to all the kids. And here comes Arcindo saying, Mom, I want to go to college. I want a better future for my brothers and sisters and for you. That's what Impact You does. Impact You was able to help Arcindo, who was 7 years old back then, when he said, Mom, I want to study. He later on went on to apply to college. He won a state grant to be able to go through college, but the funding was finished, and he had to either, continue to go work where his mother was working at a gold mine. Rather than that, Arcindo went to work at a video game store for 2 years. For 2 years, earning $100 a month. Arcindo had no money for shelter or anything, and he said, you know what, I can't finish my college degree.
Wow.
So Impact You through the school, through the college, was able to contact Arcindo, and he said, hey, look, there is a foundation in Boston. We started in Boston. Most of our volunteers aren't just from Boston. We got supporters from Canada. We got supporters from Houston, Texas, and is growing.
Well, Arcindo didn't just, like around here, if you want to go to college, a community college will take you. But he got into a pretty elite program.
So Arcindo is a mechanical engineer who, if you are in Colombia, knowing our dropout rates are so high, 55% of our college students, for all of those of you who are tuning in, picture this, 5,000 college students apply for 50 spots. You apply to 50 spots and then you go through college, but you can't finish school. Why? Because you gotta go work. You have to go get a job, and in the back of your mind, who do you have? You have your other 7 siblings who are starving, who are hungry. Your mother who is working in a legal mine. Arcindo would have finished, possibly not, but let's say he finished college, Bob. He would have gone to work as an Uber or a taxi driver because our employment is high, our unemployment is high in Colombia. And so with our foundation, not only is Arcindo paid for housing, not only is Arcindo paid for books and, food, Arcindo is also mentored, and Arcindo is also given English. So, he's taking English classes so that he can come and work, or he can, our bilingual population in Colombia is very small. Mm-hmm. And so one of our targets is that we want our students to be able to be fully bilingual. So they're taking English classes. They are being mentored, one-to-one mentorship. And we also have psychologists who help those students with their soft skills.
It is so important because they're juggling unimaginable stuff for me. I can't imagine some of the things I have to juggle with just going home again and stuff. So to have, a mental health worker helping you out with, oh my gosh, all the anxieties and stresses, it's just...
What I think, Rob, is imagine you run a foundation that does wonderful, wonderful work. And when you go home, you sort of, you decompress and you do all of this. These kids have no time to decompress. Their mothers have no time to decompress. All they do is they go work in a gold mine, 6 in the morning, 4 in the morning until 6 p.m. Feed them whatever you can, and that's all you can do. But here now, Estefany, Liliana, and 26 other volunteers like us, we have a full-time job. I mean, this is an unpaid work that we do. Nobody here in this foundation gets paid. There is one person, only one person that gets paid, and that's the person that leads the entire program in Colombia, because she's talking day to day with the students. Yeah. She's talking day to day with the psychologist. She's talking day to day with the accountant. So we are a nonprofit 501c3, not only here, but also in Colombia. So we're a fully structured entity that only has one hope. And that is that we are trying to build a better future, a better society. People who maybe is stop immigration. It's helping people stay where they are, where they can, have a job and raise a family properly and honorably, like we do here.
Yeah.
And so I think lack of opportunities, we are sort of filling that gap. Impact You is filling the gap, and we hope that we have 4 students currently, and I was just telling you that we are opening the door for 4 more students. This is in 2 years.
That's remarkable.
2 years of 26 volunteers doing fundraising events and bike rides and concerts, and we started right on the pandemic.
Oh, that's right.
So,
the worst time to start. It was shut down. Yeah.
What kind of events would you do where there's no gathering? So we had all kinds of crazy, thoughts. And how about we do a concert online? We did a concert online. That was our kickoff event, and the generosity of a lot of people has made us very successful, in my opinion. Having a total of 8 students by the end of this year is remarkable. We have monthly donors who, as you know, are, the footing of any foundation is people who want to help you consistently. And we have, we have a lot of companies that have started to step up and say, hey guys, I believe in you. We employ a lot of Colombians. Why don't I give back to your community and let me sponsor your event?
Right.
So we are getting a lot of those
that's
calls.
great.
Yeah.
Estefany, tell me about creating Impact U.
Okay, Rob, we create Impact U because we are sure about the education is the solution. Is the solution of a lot of problems, not just in Colombia, even in Latin America, right? Because we share the same issues, the same problems. So we create that because we are sure that kind of guys that they want to go to college, and their parents can support their projects, are part of the solution of our problems. Because if some guys don't find opportunities on college, they are going to find it in another place.
Right.
Always in the good part. So we think the solution, we are being part of the solution with this. So that's why, or because of this, we decide to create this non-profit, and this is amazing because a lot of people believe in us, just like you, Rob. Thank you so much for that. And we have a lot of places and a lot of friends now, and we are growing so fast.
And tell me about your co-creator.
My co-creator, she's amazing. She's our president. Liliana is a professional from Colombia as well, and we share the same histories, talking about, hey, we want to help some students, because when we went to the university, we saw that kind of situations. A lot of people that they really want to do it, they have really smart and creative people, and they don't have opportunities to stay to keep in the careers. So we are absolutely sure that we are doing a really good job right now.
Wow. And it's just remarkable that you honed right in to do quality, and you're not into the numbers of people, but just the quality of first one person and then 4 people and now 8 people. Mm-hmm. What helped you think about doing it that way instead of trying to get a lot of people?
Sorry, what do you say? Okay.
What helped you realize the importance of focusing on one person or 4 people instead of having to do like a dozen people so that it'd be worth funding, or people like numbers and
yes,
how to make a difference? I'd rather see 100 people take one step than someone else do the walk, and it's like you're into completing the walk, I think.
Sure. When we created the nonprofit, we was like a dreaming with a lot of people. We say like we want to have like 100 students in the first 2 years or something like that. But we are learning. We are learning how to do it, and of course it's not easy. It's not easy than just say we want 100 students. But we just have 4 for now. But just even if we finish our work with those 4, we are done. We are done because we are sure that we really change their lives.
You will have succeeded.
Yes.
If you do 4.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
everything that happened after those 4, it's everything. Everything is really good for us, and that is like amazing. It's amazing because we changed 4 lives for now.
I think it helped that you're a nurse.
Yes, I am.
And so nurses understand that it's not how many people leave a hospital, it's how many lives you don't lose.
Yes.
And it's how it's got to be quality of care, and that's going to limit how many people you can take care of.
Yes.
Bottom line. Luckily, you're limited by beds, but otherwise, there are real limitations because
yes,
it takes a lot of attention. I mean, you've built this whole network like a hospital would around
yes,
these students.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same. Yes. This is a solidarity work, and we think something special. For example, when we think about change lives, some people spend a lot of money every single Christmas trying to give a gift to those poor kids or something like that, and that is amazing. We think that is amazing, but it doesn't change their lives.
No,
because it's a gift.
It's just giving toys out.
Yes,
yeah.
but
Or
the
socks for the winter or something.
yes,
Yeah.
it's something like that. But the education is truly going to change their lives. So we are super really happy to be part of this.
And it's wonderful the way your students, the 4 of them that are going through the program, are touching other people.
Yes, of course, they are inspiring their communities, because it's common to see those kids just wanted to be like their adults, you know, that is the life that is normal, but now that kind of communities have a big ejemplo, I don't know how to say example
yeah.
to follow. So some we want to a little kids wants to follow those steps.
Yes.
That is that we want to do. We want to inspire everything.
Really excellent. Diego, you were telling me about some of the careers that your graduates are going into and success.
So, Arcindo is a mechanical engineer, and when we went to meet with the students, this was this past December. We had not met them in person. We meet them, of course, through Zoom calls, because we teach them English on an individual basis. But one thing is to meet somebody and say, hello, how are you, Arcindo? The other one is to hug someone. I mean, we Colombians, we don't say hello, we hug, and we hold hands and we high five. And Rob, I tell you, we were all crying. I mean, Estefany was not there, but she was crying. Liliana was crying.
I'm always crying. When they say, I have no problem. I cry because
this is worth crying about.
Yes, I'm so easy to cry.
So when we see Arcindo, a mechanical engineer, when we see Marco, who is an other magnificent student, remarkable student, studying geological engineering, a kid who did not speak a word of English, similar to how it was when I came here many years ago. And this kid has his own struggles to go through because he's learning this new thing at college. Mind you, it's very tough to go through college in anywhere, I would say. I mean, geological engineering is probably not an easy task, right? An easy major to take.
I couldn't do it myself.
And this kid had, I mean, when they were going, Rob, through the pandemic, we had to supply computers because they were using their iPhones or their phones or their friends' phones to go through college. It was not easy. All the colleges were shut down just like they were here. So Marco learned English because he wanted to take the TOEFL test. And behind Marco's, like Estefany was saying, is all his family, his mother, his auntie, all the kids that look after Marco and say, and again, Marco also lives far away. I mean, we're actually trying to get a producer to help us, gather their stories because we want to be able to bring footage to people here. We don't like to to denigrate or to sort of post pictures of needy kids.
Right.
We don't want to sell that. We don't want to sell that. We want to tell people, look, it's not about helping somebody who's really, really poor. It's about to help somebody who wants to build community. And building community through education is the only reason, the only way, from my perspective, to have a better world. If you go anywhere, I mean, I've traveled to Europe and Central and South America, and let me tell you that when you go to cultures that are well educated, you feel safer, you feel better, and people thrive when education is the foundation of their society. So yes, I think the 100 students was my vision, and I'm sort of, hey guys,
you're into quality.
These girls are telling me, hey, you gotta slow down, not 100, 4 and 8, because I'm like, oh my God, there's so much need, and there's so many students that need help. But then they're saying, one at a time, let's graduate 4, let's graduate 8, and now once we have enough funding, then we have enough money to have, we have, 6 or 7 psychologists. Now we'll have enough money to actually pay, because right now, Everybody is a volunteer.
Everybody.
98% of all our income is passed through the beneficiaries.
Wow.
So we like to be able to get more funds so that we can have more, touching. We can touch
Right.
more people, and eventually that will come.
You're building the boat, and it's going to carry people, but you got to put money into setting it up, and
Yeah.
bravo. I mean, you're able to pay like a director in Colombia, so that's
Yeah.
important, and then everyone has to step in and do what they can.
And Liliana and Estefany are like a paid board. I mean, I can't
Without the pay.
Without the pay. Well,
Without the pay, yes, of course.
well, but I think your reward, it's far, your emotional reward
Yes.
far
Oh, yes.
exceeds
Yes.
any amount of money that
Of
you would get
course,
paid.
yes,
Yeah.
of
And
course.
this has been shown in many events that we've done. This is shown in Colombia when we were. I mean, we breathe.
Yeah, and
We
this is how
breathe helping people.
develop our lives, is so that
Yeah.
we can do this kind of work and find ways to support ourselves, feed ourselves and house ourselves without having to bring in the bucks, because the work, labor of love is so important, and what
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
are so doing important. And did you say that Marco got accepted to go to work for Shell?
So Marco is a work in progress. Okay,
Yeah.
Marco is a work in progress. There is a
I've got
lot
sons
more.
like that. Yes.
There is a lot more to be done on his part to be able to get there. But let me tell you that the students that we have a great future, not because of what we do for them, but because of what they do for themselves. Everybody works hard to earn their degree. Everybody works hard to learn the language that
Yeah.
they're learning. If you're tuning in, we're looking for volunteers. We love to be able to get people to come in, help us do what we do. I mean, if you look at our logo, it's a book.
But
But
I
it's-
see it on your shirt there. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
It's
book.
an open book.
It's an open book, but it's also some sort of a butterfly, a butterfly effect. And how many times were you helped when you needed help, Rob?
More than most people know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only here because of the help of other people.
Yeah. And like Liliana tells me very, very often, she says, how would you like to be remembered when you died?
And that's how you're remembered.
Do you want to be remembered by how many millions you have, and how many thousands, how many homes you own, how many shares of stock you have in a corporation? Or do you want to be remembered by the person, the man, the woman who transform a country, of a person who transformed South America or all Latino countries, or just a small portion of Colombia? I don't know how far we'll go with this,
But you're rich in community, and you want to be remembered by your community.
Yeah.
And I love the way you have mentoring programs so that your students are getting real experiences.
Yeah.
And that, speaks to employability down the road, not only knowing the language, but having had concrete experiences that other employers can look at and say, yeah, I want
Absolutely.
that kind of stuff.
I mean-
and once you prove yourself, most mentors are probably going to just keep working with
Yeah.
those students as they can and stuff. So it's
one of our students, it's being mentored by a Harvard history teacher here in Harvard, and he is, and again, we're talking about what careers, right? So we have mechanical engineer, geoengineer. We also have a philosophy,
History.
a history student from the capital, the outskirts, from a very humble family who touched the foundation's door, and he was chosen. And he's being taught by, so maybe we have a future leader in Colombia. God knows what that will bring, but it's very inspiring to have a one-to-one mentor from a college with such a high degrees as
Yeah.
Harvard Business School and Harvard School, and a few others from Texas, which mentors Marco, speaks, high of the level of degree that we want to get our students to. Do we want more? Yes, absolutely. And right now, I'm trying to knock the doors of people at Moderna and Pfizer, because we have another engineer who, we'd love to be able to get a mentor, somebody who's studying biomedical engineering. And how lovely it would be for us to say, hey, Dan,
Yeah.
Here's this professional who's going to mentor you. So if you're watching this
You're in the right
newscast,
town. Cambridge is a good town to
please,
be.
have us contact us.
How do the people contact you?
Okay, so the easiest, and there are a lot of impact U's. So impact-u.org is our website. And then you can do the same thing for social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. We do also have a LinkedIn account. And I'll be happy to give my phone, or Estefany will give her phone. And look, my phone is open for business. It's open for the foundation at any time, 24/7. We need your support.
Is there a phone on the webpage, or
Oh, yes.
an email address?
Yes.
and stuff?
Yes. Yes.
So impact.org, impact-u.
Dot.
It's like short for university.
Yes.
And .org.
.org. You can also reach us out at 617-233-3097. I'll come again, 617-233-3097. We are, eager to hear your story and see how you can support us. Like I mentioned, Rob, we have many events. Cambridge is the city of, bicycles. Everybody likes to bike. Well, we have an invitation for you. August 21st, we have 3 rides. One for the ones who really have tough, strong legs, 60 miles.
16 miles. 60.
60 to Gloucester from Revere. So if you can meet us at Squire Road on this Stop and Shop in Revere, it's right on the Rotary. We'll be departing from there, 60 miles to Gloucester. If you can't do that much, maybe 30 miles from Revere to and back to Marblehead. We're going to go to the Hobby Park. The Chandler Park is a beautiful scenery there.
Down by the water.
Right, down by the water. And we're going to go through a brand new pathway that it was actually, it opened up this year. It's called the Northern Strand. It starts at right here at Best Buy on Everett, and it goes all the way up to Lynn. So all through a trail.
Wow.
Some nice bike path, nice trail. And there we'll be doing the third one, which is a 5-mile track, where if you want to bring your rollerblades, your scooters, your kids will do face paintings. We're going to have Sogos firefighters, get their ladder out and, hold your kids.
Oh my God. Really
have a lot of
doing it.
funny. So, we're
What's the day again?
August 21st.
August 21st.
August 21st, 60 miles. We're going to be doing that at 7 in the morning. 30 miles, it starts at 8. And then 5 miles, it starts at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And can they telephone you if they're interested?
Of course, you can, there is no charge. You do, your donation is at will, and we're, looking forward to you coming in there to getting to know more about our foundation and the work that we do. So call us at 617-233-3097. That's my cell. You can also send me a text in there too. We're more than happy to welcome everybody that wants to bring
fun.
it.
Yeah.
We had a unicycle last year, Rob, that went from Revere to Marblehead. I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
This guy just
It
went
was so fun.
30 miles on a unicycle. So.
Well, he only had to turn one wheel instead of turning 2 wheels. So he had an advantage there, maybe.
Boy, that was
But
fun.
no gears. They can't really shift the gears on a.
No. I don't know how he. Well,
He must have legs like trees or something.
he was from Colombia.
There you go.
Yeah, we also, in addition to the bike ride, Robert, we do have several other events, like a gala dinner that is a yet to be determined time and place. And for that one, we're hoping to, bring in at least, again, here's me with the high numbers, 1,000 people, and they're going to be like, hey, no, how about 100? So, but we are desperate to get education off the ground in our hometown. We want our kids to be fully educated and to have a future, a good future, and we'll just look for your support. If you can be there, we'll have a gala dinner. We'll have a couple of other concerts in Spanish. if you enjoy dancing, we'll have some dancing events coming up soon.
Yes, it's coming up. We have a lot of events coming up. So
Oh, that's so great.
just you can find us in social media as Impact You Foundation in
Impact You
Facebook.
Foundation,
Impact
yeah.
You Foundation, just like that. And you can find it on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And we are going to provide a lot of information about our events.
Right, and so look for the logo. With
Look for the logo.
With the open book.
Yep.
And then it's a ribbon that you have above the book.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's your ribbon you put on. That's
Well,
the logo.
this is the Colombian flag because we
Yours is so
celebrated
perfectly
200.
placed. I thought it was
Yes.
part of the logo there. You had the Colombian flag flying
Yes.
over the book, but no, but the open book.
Yeah.
And Stephanie and Diego live in Revere.
Yep.
So if you held the gala at Kelly's Roast Beef, you'd have 1,000 people before it even started.
There you go. Hey, that's a great idea.
Yes, it is.
That's a great
And,
idea.
Maybe we can expand that onto the beach. That would be a good place to have a party too.
We'll talk to the mayor next week to Revere's mayor. We'll see what he thinks.
Put together a good party there.
Yes.
What a great place. Right, so we've got 3-4 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
But so once again, Impact You, and so you were telling me you've lived here have you both been here for like 3.5 years or something, or
No, just me.
just you?
Just me.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I've been here for 28 years.
Seriously?
Seriously.
And
Yeah.
you said you have a son,
And I have two sons.
two sons.
Yeah. 22 and 21, one graduating next year. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
two kids.
Yeah.
Already grown.
Oh my
grown
gosh.
up, and yeah, I feel, you know, like it's time to, you know, we're trying to get involved. My oldest
Right.
son, you know, he's going to be working at Microsoft, hopefully. So I'm like, Daniel, you know, there's so many people at Microsoft who have volunteer hours who can, you know, help the foundation. So we're trying to get kids engaged too.
Oh, they'll be there. You know,
Yeah.
I've got 3 sons, and the apples don't fall far from the tree. You know,
Yeah.
they get it and stuff. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's so great. Do you have children, or?
No, I'm
had
not
that,
ready.
but-
I'm not ready.
No, you're a nurse.
She's the mother of two cats.
Oh my God.
She's the mother of two cats.
cats.
Yeah, that is enough for me right
Are
now.
they boy and girl, or are they two
They are
girls?
one boy, one girl.
Oh, I hear you're supposed to have just one sex, not both, but you're living dangerously there.
Yes, I know, but they are
More
super
handful.
friendly.
Oh, okay. They got-
We like challenges.
I guess you do.
Yes, of course. They are. They
No
are.
wonder you're so good at managing Impact You. You manage 2 cats. You know?
Yes. Yes, they are so fun. They are so lovely. Absolutely.
And Revere is a great place to live.
Yes,
it's just
it is.
up and coming. You got the beach there, and
Yeah. There's so much construction going on everywhere. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, Revere is one.
It's
It's
growing.
going to be one of them too. You know,
Yes.
pretty soon.
they got the whole racetrack. They're putting in all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, about 500,000 square feet I hear
Yeah, it's some,
of development that's being done there. So we definitely we like to, you know, to see if there's an opportunity for our foundation to, you know, do some work with your foundation, because we believe that part of educating our students, part of that education becomes with caring for Mother Earth.
yes.
And I think we have a lot of stuff that we need to do with maybe your support, of get our students engaged in getting people to realize how important it is to recycle, how important it is to, you know what kind of stuff to put on your lawn,
Yes.
not
Yes.
go with all the garbage that you have
No,
there that
no.
keeps Mother Earth,
No quick
right?
release. Yeah.
Yeah, no
just
quick release.
slow
So
release. But yeah, it was nice of you to come by and meet the 4 interns. And in the future, we could have our interns working with your people, or
Sure.
you know, youths love to meet with each other and
Yeah.
find out what's going on, and you know, there's all kinds of connections. And I want to thank you for supporting the Ocean River Institute. That was very
thank you.
generous.
yeah, we're happy to support your cause is our cause.
Exactly. We're all in this world together,
Yeah.
and we're all going to take better care of it,
Yeah.
and be a little more compassionate about it all, and more hugs.
Well, from our side, we appreciate more than you know the opportunity to come in and speak, you know, to the city of Cambridge and to the people that are watching this program. And we value that by the millions.
Well,
So
thank you, Estefany.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about our
Okay,
mission.
about 5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That's it.
Thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you.
That's it. We got it.
Got it.
awesome.
It was.